They're familiar with the Dodgers.
I just don't want to see.
He had a bad inning.
I don't want to see Suero or Rodney unless you have to. I don't want to see
Rodney.
I don't want to see Strickland.
Rodney's got like 300 some saves. I know he's 42.
I just don't want to see him. He's going to put guys on base. Always does.
Got a great changeup. If you have to go to one of the poopies, he'd be the first one I go to over Suero.
Rodney did throw out a donut in his last performance. It was the longest inning forever. I think he threw like 35 pitches. But at the end of it, it was a donut.
Okay, but he allowed 3 base runners.
Oh, yeah.
All right, he's going to scare you.
He will.
If you see Rodney in the tilted hat, he's going to scare you. Believe me.
Right, but if you have to go, like take Sanchez and Corbin out of this equation. If you have to go, you burned Doolittle or whatever, and you burned Hudson, Rodney is my next man up over Suero.
So in
I
extra
don't even
innings.
know who
You're
else.
talking about extra innings.
Maybe,
Kinda
over
like
Rainey. I like Rainey's gas.
I like Rainey's.
He just gives up bombs.
I think I might like Rainey over Rodney, but it's tough.
I like Rodney's experience. He's been there. He can handle it.
If this game, I think the game could go a million ways. So if the game goes the way where, let's say, Buehler and Strasburg aren't dominant. They pitch like Verlander did yesterday, right? And then you get into the bullpens. And then you get into a scenario where the Nats are up by 1 in the 8th inning. They go to Doolittle, they go to Hudson, and it goes into extra innings. So now you've burned those guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're in extra innings. I would probably lean Rainey over Rodney, but now you're in a real dicey situation.
I just like Rodney's experience. You're just going to rely on a guy that's been there. Got 300 some saves in his career. Let's go to Dennison. Dennison, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, Jones?
What's up, man?
So the way I see this is it's going to rely on the pitching. And, I mean, just like when the Giants came out and beat us in our own field, I mean, it's all about the pitching. So if the bats, I think it's going to be an extra innings. Next thing you know, I mean, the pitching just got to show up.
Bickle can't wait for extra innings tonight. A 13-inning game. Get to bed at 2 a.m.
Well, you're going to get up at 3 a.m. and have to watch the same thing.
I know, but I can fast forward.
Yeah. But you miss the
Those
drama of it, honestly.
Well, no, because
I
watch it live when it's a big moment. So I get the drama there.
But it's not
I don't need to see balls and strikes.
When you fast forward through it, it's just not. I've done it. It's just not the same.
I don't need to see balls and strikes. And I don't need to see 6-minute commercial breaks.
Well, you're not living the game.
Okay, but my body doesn't allow me to live the game.
Yeah.
Well,
Go
it's
to
also
Megan.
because you're putting drugs into your body at night.
Well, melatonin.
If you didn't take melatonin tonight, you might be able to stay up a little later.
I don't mind taking melatonin. It puts me to sleep.
Megan, what's up?
And that is not true, by the way.
Hey, melatonin is good.
What's up?
It's good for getting to sleep. So, hey, I've just been wondering why we haven't put votes in some of these situations where, you know, we've still got like 3 innings left. And I would not use him. He's come through for us this year. I think he's played really well, and he's been on the roster. So I'm just wondering why Martinez has made this decision to go with, Suero and these guys who just get in there and, giving up runs, where both have been pretty true to us.
It's just
so
a small
I don't know.
resume, small sample size, young guy.
He's never pitched in the postseason. He's just kind of an emergency guy.
I mean, the guy's been in 13 career games.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that, but if you look at what Suero and Strickland do every time they come out there,
I know.
I mean, why not take the chance? What do we have to lose when we consistently see the same thing from Rodney, Suero, Strickland? When we put them in, they're giving up runs. So I just think let's try it.
Well, the only reason let's be honest, the only reason Suero and Rodney and Rainey and all those guys were in game 3 is because they were getting killed. I mean, they had an 8-2 lead or whatever it was at the time.
Right. They tried to go with Corbin.
So if you're going to see both and Suero and Rainey and Strickland, the game's probably over anyway. You're probably trailing in the game.
But the way they're trying to win the games is like they won the first game of the series, where they went to Max in relief and used Doolittle and Hudson. That's who they have faith in.
You're only going to see both in an emergency situation. And I say that in an extra inning game where you might have to have a guy who is a starter go 2 or 3 innings, but I doubt you're going to see him tonight. It's all about Strassi. All right?
I think he's going to be fine. I think he'll be fine.
Let's
he may
get
not
back
be
to
lights
the
out,
nitty-gritty.
He'll be fine.
Nitty-gritty is an old man term. I get it. But it's all about Strasburg tonight.
He's a dominant pitcher.
If he goes 7, you got a shot. If he goes 4 or 5, you're probably done.
And I know Jason's going to point out once again less rest, but Verlander's a dominant pitcher.
I know.
Every bit as dominant as Steven Strasburg.
And he sucked.
And he sucked yesterday.
Look, I don't want to jinx it.
Strassi's on full rest, though. That extra day is huge.
What are you more nervous about? Are you more nervous about how well Strauss pitches or the bats? To me, I'm way more nervous about the bats. Way more. Not even close. Like, I'm kind of assuming as a given I'm going to get a typical Strasburg start.
Mm-hmm.
I can't assume that with the bats.
I think it goes hand in hand.
Really? So you think it's 50-50, like both, they're equally dicey?
Well, because that they're equally dicey, that's like a negative spin on it. They're both equally as good. I mean, it's if you can have a great pitching performance and the bats don't help you out and you're in a hole, you can also have the bats hot, but if the pitcher sucks, I mean, I think more than likely Strasburg's going to pitch well, but we just went through it. It's not like it's playoff baseball, right? So you're facing the best teams with the best pitchers. You're not usually going to have 9 to 8 games in the playoffs.
Oh, I agree. It's unlikely. That's why I think we're in trouble.
You just need, and it's cliche, but as Jason said, the timely hitting.
It's all about timely hitting.